Hi, welcome to Dig Into China. I'm Dong Sheng. Today, I want to share an intriguing piece of political gossip about the Chinese Communist Party, which could also be seen as serious political news. On the first weekend of August, Xi Jinping was working overtime. Despite many events happening in China that weekend, including Chinese athletes winning multiple gold medals at the Paris Olympics, President Xi focused just on one task, sending a congratulatory message to the newly elected General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam. According to a report by the Xinhua News Agency, on August 3rd, CCP General Secretary Xi Jinping sent a congratulatory message to Tô Lâm. In the message, Xi expressed his willingness to collaborate with Tô Lâm in leading the development of the China-Vietnam community of shared destiny, strengthening political trust and advancing practical cooperation. He also wished Tô Lâm success in his esteemed role. So, why did this turn into a political hot topic or even political gossip? It's because the Hong Kong media outlet Ming Pao has been investigating Xi Jinping's unusually active behavior following the death of Vietnam's General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng and the leadership transition that ensued. Xi's atypical response to the passing of Vietnamese leader and the subsequent change in leadership has sparked serious concerns about underlying issues at play. What unusual behavior did Hong Kong media notice? The article highlighted several cases. When the Iranian president died in a plane crash, the Chinese Communist Party sent Li Hongzhong, vice chairman of the National People's Congress, to the Iranian embassy in Beijing to offer condolences. If that wasn't a high enough level of significant event, consider the passing of Queen Elizabeth II in September 2022. The CCP sent Vice President Wang Qishan to the British Embassy in Beijing to pay respects, with Xi Jinping not making a personal appearance. After Shinzo Abe was assassinated, the CCP sent Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs Ma Zhaoxu to the Japanese Embassy in China, a move intended to slight Japan. However, when Vietnamese General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng passed away, Xi Jinping personally visited to offer condolence. The CCP usually follows stricter protocols in such matters, so Xi's unusually high-profile response to Nguyễn Phú Trọng death is noteworthy. Ming Pao explored this anomaly and found that, according to CCP practices, Xi Jinping has only personally visited the foreign embassies in China to offer condolence for a leader's death twice. Once for Cuba's Fidel Castro and once for Nguyễn Phú Trọng. So why did Xi Jinping personally offer condolences for only these two leaders? According to the explanation leaked by CCP sources through Hong Kong media, the commonality between these two leaders is that they were the highest authorities in their respective parties and countries. The CCP clarified that Xi Jinping personally attended the funerals of such top leaders because their deaths were deemed of significant importance, meriting his direct involvement. According to the information leaked by the Chinese Foreign Ministry to Hong Kong's propaganda media, this explanation is not entirely accurate. Nguyễn Phú Trọng held only the position of party secretary and did not have the status of a state leader or head of government. In contrast, Fidel Castro held multiple top positions across party, government, military, and business, making the foreign ministry's explanation more fitting for him. Nguyễn Phú Trọng, however, was only a party secretary. The foreign ministry's implication seems to be that Xi Jinping only personally offers condolence to leaders with comprehensive control similar to dictators. Based on this logic, if Vladimir Putin were to pass away, Xi might attend his funeral. However, since Xi did not attend Iranian president's funeral, it is uncertain whether he would attend if an Iranian religious leader passed away, given that the Iran system is not purely a religious dictatorship. Ming Pao in Hong Kong highlighted another aspect, noting that Xi Jinping's keen interest in Nguyễn Phú Trọng death and the succession of Tô Lâm might reflect his admiration for Vietnamese leadership transition model. Xi seems to see this process as a potential model for future transitions within his own regime, suggesting that he regards the Vietnamese approach to leadership change with considerable respect. Why does Xi Jinping admire Vietnamese model? The analysis provides a reasonable explanation. Previous examples of leadership succession in socialist and communist countries have often presented Xi Jinping with daunting challenges. These models typically involve chaotic power struggles and uncertainty, whereas the Vietnamese succession process appears to be more orderly and controlled, which may be why Xi finds it appealing. The first example given is the Stalin model. Stalin established a lifetime rule and did not designate a successor. After Stalin's death, his close associates like Beria and Malenkov failed to succeed him, and Khrushchev, whom Stalin did not favor, eventually took over. Once in power, Khrushchev repudiated Stalin's legacy and began dismantling his policies. This scenario highlights a risk for Xi Jinping. If he were to adopt Stalin's succession approach, he might end up facing a similar fate, with the future CCP leaders undermining his legacy. The second model that also worries Jinping is the Mao Zedong model, which closely mirrored the Stalin model. Mao Zedong did not name a clear successor, and Hua Guofeng eventually took over. Hua claimed to have a note from Mao stating, "You handle things and I trust you." Despite this, Hua was not a strong leader. He lacked the necessary authority and the decisiveness to control the situation, and Deng Xiaoping eventually replaced him. Deng Xiaoping did not attack Mao Zedong's legacy as Khrushchev did with Stalin's. Instead, Deng provided a more nuanced evaluation, attributing 1/3 of the blame to Mao and 2/3 of the credit for his accomplishments. This approach removed Mao from his exalted status and presented him as a fallible human being. Furthermore, Deng's actions led to the forced death of Mao's wife Jiang Qing, who ultimately committed suicide. This outcome would have been deeply distressing for Mao. If Xi Jinping is to choose a successor who is not strong or decisive, leading to his own downfall or even tragic consequences for his family, such as his wife facing a fate similar to Jiang Qing's, it will be a situation he will definitely want to avoid and find deeply troubling. Considering the troubling outcomes associated with the past succession model, such as those of Mao Zedong and Stalin, Xi Jinping is understandably worried. In contrast, he sees promise in the Vietnamese model represented by Nguyễn Phú Trọng. This model offers a more orderly and controlled approach to leadership transition, unlike the chaotic succession seen in other communist regimes. Xi Jinping may be inclined to adopt this more stable and predictable model, as it presents a way to ensure a smoother transfer of power and avoid issues faced by his predecessors. Consider Nguyễn Phú Trọng lifetime rule, which aligns closely with Xi Jinping's own plans. If you hold power for life, appointing a successor while you are still alive is challenging. Therefore, securing your legacy, family, and political inheritance after your death is crucial. To ensure this, you need a trusted confidant. However, someone like Hua Guofeng, who was not ruthless enough, could be easily overthrown. Thus, selecting a loyal and ruthless confidant like Tô Lâm becomes essential for safeguarding your legacy. Why is Tô Lâm seen as a loyal and a ruthless ally to Nguyễn Phú Trọng? In recent years, Nguyễn Phú Trọng, much like Mao Zedong, eliminated potential successors one by one. The enforcer of these purges was Tô Lâm, who became instrumental in removing nuanced political rivals. Tô Lâm, with blood on his hands from dealing with nuanced enemies, is viewed as someone who will vigorously protect Nguyen's legacy and family. By choosing Tô Lâm as his successor, Nguyen ensured the security of his political inheritance and family, as Tô Lâm would continue to ruthlessly defend his new rule and eliminate any remaining adversaries. Nguyễn Phú Trọng approach to succession and the regime transition represents a strategy to maximize his own interests. While Xi Jinping might be seen as lacking in some areas, he is highly astute when it comes to political strategy and personal gain. His notable interest in Nguyễn Phú Trọng death and the choice of successor indicates that Xi sees this model as a potential blueprint for his own future power transition. This suggests that Xi will likely seek a similarly ruthless and loyal successor, someone who can protect his legacy and reinforce his power, akin to Tô Lâm role for Nguyen. According to this logic, Cai Qi currently stands out as a leading candidate among the top officials. However, as time goes on, Cai Qi may retire early and Xi Jinping will likely continue to search for successors with similar traits, individuals who are fiercely loyal and have proven their ruthlessness in advancing Xi's interests. This perspective offers a compelling view into Xi Jinping's political strategy and aligns well with his approach to succession planning. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this video helpful, please like it, drop a comment below, and hit the subscribe button right here. It really helps YouTube suggest my video to others. I'll be back with more content soon. Until then, stay well.